In the best way possible, random fun facts catch us off guard. They are unexpected or unusual bits of information from the worlds of science, history, and pop culture that delight us and amaze us, and anyone with whom we share them. But these fascinating facts aren't just amusing facts that will help you answer questions correctly. They're justifiably fascinating, and once you start, you'll want to keep reading until your eagerness is satisfied. In today's video, we will talk about 15 most interesting facts, so let's get started. Number 1. The human stomach can dissolve razor blades. As a warning, please do not swallow razor blades. The human body is far more capable than you may believe. Acids are graded on a scale of 0 to 14. The lower the pH, the stronger the acid. Human stomach acid has a pH of 1 to 2, indicating that it is extremely acidic. Scientists discovered that the thickened back of a single-edged blade dissolved after 2 hours of immersion in stomach acid in a study published in the journal Gastrointestinal Endoscopy. That's just one of many fascinating facts about the human body that you probably didn't learn in school. Number 2. A laser can get trapped in water. When you point a laser beam at a jet of flowing water, a cool phenomenon known as total internal reflection occurs. PBS Learning Media produced a video in which a laser is positioned on one side of a clear tank of water to prove this phenomenon. The heavier particles in the water slow the light as it travels through the water, effectively trapping the laser beam in the water. Even as the water flow is gradually reduced, the laser beam remains contained within the jet, eventually disappearing when the water is totally turned off. Number 3. Water can exist in 3 states at once. This is known as the triple boil or triple point, and it is a precise temperature and pressure at which materials exist simultaneously as a gas, a liquid, and a solid. According to the University of California, Santa Cruz, the triple point, which is also the only situation in which all 3 states of matter can coexist, is different for each material. Water reaches its triple point at a pressure of 0.006 atmosphere and at a temperature of just above freezing, 0.1 degrees Celsius. Number 4. Helium can work against gravity. When helium is cooled to extreme temperatures, just a few degrees above absolute zero, which is negative 460 degrees Fahrenheit or negative 273 degrees Celsius, it becomes a superfluid, which means it can flow without friction, according to Scientific American. It can scale the sides of a glass and leak through molecule-thin cracks in a container. Another interesting fact about this element is, while helium is the second most abundant element in the universe, it may be harmful to the body. Number 5. Plastic can end up as a vanilla flavoring. According to a 2021 study published in the journal Green Chemistry, researchers have discovered how to transform plastic bottles into vanilla flavoring using genetically engineered bacteria. The study's authors explain that demand for vanillin is increasing rapidly owing to its presence in a wide range of food, cosmetic, pharmaceutical, cleaning, and herbicide products. But don't expect to be eating ice cream flavored with plastic bottles anytime soon. This study only demonstrated that the transformation is possible, not whether it is safe to be consumed. Number 6. Men are more likely to be colorblind than women. According to the National Eye Institute, the genes responsible for the most common type of color blindness are found on the X chromosome. Even if women have the genes on one of their 2 X chromosomes, a properly functioning gene on the other compensates. Men who inherit the gene on their lone X chromosome will be colorblind. Number 7. Bats don't get sick from most viruses. Yes, coronaviruses are included. Bats can, of course, contract and spread viruses. But according to European Commission-funded research, they also have a plethora of genes responsible for antiviral activity, keeping them safe. One exception is rabies. But according to Thomas Kepler, PhD, a professor of microbiology at Boston University, while rabies can make bats sick, it rarely kills them. Number 8. Beer is twice as fizzy as champagne. According to a 2021 study published in the journal ACS Omega, while 1 flute of champagne produces approximately 1 million bubbles, a half pint of beer produces approximately 2 million bubbles. So why is this important, you may ask? More bubbles equals a stronger flavor. Of course, that is not to say that beer and champagne taste the same. They were simply the beverages chosen by the researchers to provide context for their findings. Number 9. Earth's oxygen is produced by the ocean. Have you ever considered where oxygen comes from? Your first thought might be a rainforest, but according to the National Oceanic Service, we can thank plant-based marine organisms for all that fresh air. More than half of the world's oxygen is produced by plankton, seaweed, and other photosynthesizers. Number 10. Animals use Earth's magnetic field for orientation. Lost land animals may not be able to return home, but lost sea animals may. There is evidence that some animals such as sea turtles and salmon have the ability to sense the Earth's magnetic field and use this sense for navigation. According to the United States Geological Survey, USGS, though it may appear to be science fiction, it is actually scientific fact. Number 11. A cloud can weigh almost 1,000,000 pounds. Your childhood fantasies of floating on a weightless cloud may be dashed by this scientific fact. According to the USGS, the average cumulus cloud can weigh up to 1,000,000 pounds. That's roughly the weight of the world's largest jet when fully loaded with cargo and passengers. Number 12. Hot water freezes faster than cold water. This may appear to be counterintuitive, but it is known as the Mpemba effect. Scientists now believe that this is due to the fact that the velocities of water particles have a specific disposition while hot, allowing them to freeze more easily. According to research from Universidad Carlos III de Madrid, if proven correct, this discovery could be implemented to everyday items like cooling down electronic devices. Number 13. There are more trees on Earth than stars in our galaxy. According to NASA experts, the Milky Way could contain anywhere from 100 billion to 400 billion stars. However, according to a 2015 paper published in the journal Nature, the total number of trees on the planet is much higher, at 3.04 trillion. Number 14. It's impossible to burp in space. When you burp on Earth, gravity keeps the solids and liquids from your recent meal at bay, allowing only the gas to escape from your mouth. Because gas cannot separate from liquids and solids in the absence of gravity, burping essentially becomes puking in space. And finally, at number 15, Mars exploration has its own Scottish tartan. It may be a few years before we land on Mars, but when we do, explorers will be able to proudly wear the planet's own tartan if they so desire. According to the Scottish Register of Tartans, the pattern was designed by Geoffrey Highland Crafts and was inspired by the colors and history of Mars. The red background depicts the surface of Mars, the red planet. Blue depicts Mars's water-rich past and the presence of water, primarily as ice, on the planet today. The 4 green lines represent Mars, the 4th planet from the Sun, the presence of habitable conditions on the planet, and the possible future existence of life in the forms of human habitation. And the thick white line indicates the Martian poles, visible from Earth, a conspicuous characteristic. So that's the end of the video. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and press the notification bell so you never miss out on our next videos. Until the next video, take care.